What's up, everybody? Welcome to Black Hollywood Lives, The Trend. I'm your host, Dario Kristen, and joining me today is Courtney Stewart.
Hi, hello.
We've had a couple of weeks. We haven't been here in a while, Courtney.
I know
we've been on
it's been quiet.
hiatus for a second.
Yeah, but
It's
we're
been
back.
quiet. We're back, but we're coming back with full force. We got a special guest with us today, actor Chido Nwokocha with us. What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good. Nwokocha.
Nwokocha. Okay. See, I practiced, man. You know, I thought I nailed it.
We got the phonetics and everything.
Yeah. It's
right.
all good.
Nwokocha.
Nwokocha, yeah.
Nwokocha. That's. I mean,
yeah.
I like that name, man.
Easy.
It's right. It slides off the tongue much easier the way you just
said. Oh man, thanks for having me.
No, thanks for coming in, man. We appreciate it. And now that the world is open back up a bit, it seems like. So they tell us.
Crazy. So they tell us. Yeah, it's good. Feels weird without running around without the mask. Actually, it's kind of funny.
It's really.
I know, right? I know.
Yeah.
You're out in LA?
I'm out in LA. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I'm still getting used to the non-mask thing. I don't know. I think I might wear mine, even though they
for
say
a little longer.
For just a little bit.
Yeah, I was in the grocery store yesterday. I was like, I ain't ready. Like,
I understand.
We're easy into it. Right. Well, thanks for joining us today. And you got a lot of great things going on. You know, we're going to talk about Sistas. We're going to talk about Maverick. You know, just so many great things that are blessings in your life as an actor right now.
Absolutely.
And you know, like we were saying, coming back into this existence right now, I was curious to know, even has acting changed or slowed down in that process of kind of coming back to civilization? Or do you find that there's a lot more roles that are even being offered out there because of what we experienced the last year?
Yeah, I think there has been. It's been still considered, because obviously we were one of the first productions to go back last year during the pandemic. So we only had about like a 3 or 4 month delay. So it's been pretty, steady for myself. But, it's been, it's a little different just because there are definitely more opportunities that are coming because they're seeing everything on tape. So they have more time to sit down and watch everything versus just being in LA and having a select group of people coming in and maybe a few other people that put it on tape. So there's been a lot more opportunities, definitely been keeping busy, but it's twofold because I do miss the personal interactions of going in the room and interacting with the casting directors and the casting assistants and everyone. But then there is like a comfort of being at home and then just knocking out your tape and not having to drive through LA and go through traffic and all that and just sitting back, knock out the tape. I'm like, all right, I'm just going to walk downstairs or walk to the living room and enjoy the rest of my day. So, but I think if someone were to ask me, I would say I would err on going back into the room. I think it's just, you can't replicate that interaction, that rapport you get to build with the casting office there. So I'm a proponent for that.
And do you see that happening more this year? Do you think it's going to go back more to that?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I've already heard that some people have been going back in for a few auditions, whether it be commercial or a few other in-person things. So I think we're going to get back to it. I just think that's just the way you're just going to be able to just continue to build, like I said, that connection and getting really to know an actor or a casting office. And sometimes it's just having the little adjustments that you make with an audition, a little note that they can give you where they can't give you that on the tape and have to ask you to retape it all again, versus just going in the room and just getting that note right there and doing it. Because the other thing I can't stand is having to do a whole retape again. I'm like, God, if I was in the room, they would have just told me this. I got to call my friend over to do this. So, that's where I'm at with that.
Now, before the quarantine, were you already like prepped with your at-home taping situation, or did you have to like become a whole new technological person?
Man, see, I had to become a whole new person because I had a camera. You first moved to LA, you're like, I got to get my camera, and I had a little setup, but it was nowhere near the setup I have right now. It was just one of those like, if I do get a tape, I can just kind of run and go. I mean, get here and do it, or I can go to a friend's place. But like during this quarantine, it literally forced me to go, oh, I got to get better lights. I got to actually get a backdrop, and I just, and get that set up. And so I got a ring light and all that stuff, upgraded my phone because it was just so much for me. It was easier just doing everything from my phone and transferring it over and editing the video on iMovie. So I definitely have a good setup now. So I'm very happy about it. So I guess now when we go back and I go in the room and somebody does ask me to do a tape, I'll be ready to go.
Well, you also have now, you can celebrate season 3, of your show. You got you like
Yeah,
just, I
crazy.
mean, Sistas is killing it,
Yeah.
and once again another success from Tyler Perry. He
Hmm.
just knows how to just keep them going. So what
Right.
can fans kind of expect? From this season that's different from the other seasons. I know you premiered on, I believe, the first week of June. So there's a
Yeah.
lot of
Last
stuff that's
week.
going to be brewing on this show this season. So what can you tell?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's well, I mean, my character, I mean, he's Gary, so you already know you're in for a ride with him. And I guess, well, it's cool because now that we're doing this today, because my character obviously is revealed that I survived
Yeah.
the ending of season 2. But there's some growth that goes on with Gary. Now how far is it that makes people either like him or switch? I don't know. But there is going to be a little bit of a change that it's going to really put some folks on the fence about how they feel about it, and also how they feel about Andy and everyone else.
Hmm. Now, you guys
Yeah.
filmed this during quarantine, and obviously, we already know Tyler Perry from what we've heard. Everybody on his shows, like he runs a real tight ship. How was that different or shifted when you guys had to film during quarantine? And in any way, did it affect what story was told this season?
Um, no, I just think because he's so efficient with the way he moves and the way he films, he was able to get what he wanted to get done. Aside from maybe having, some of the scenes have more extras involved in it, other than because having more bodies in the bubble in the quarantine. But other than that, he was still able to tell the story he wanted to tell. And we were. I can't tell you how many times my left and right nose have been jammed up with some swab all the time. But the quarantine, he made it. He made it, like I said, it was very efficient. We were able to come in. We felt safe. We were able to do everything that we wanted to do. I mean, we were well fed. We were able to still interact with each other. I was still able to work out, which is very important to me. So that was cool. And I think season 3. I mean, when we filmed season 3, which was this year, we understood that we are going back into the bubble, but I want to say lax, but it was just we understood what's to be expected. The first time last year, we were just all kind of like, oh my gosh, like what's going on? We got to get tested again. Oh my God, you know what I mean? Like, pull your mask up. Like, it's just like this whole ordeal. And then this time around, we were just like, okay, we got the mask. We got to go get tested, and we just knew what to expect. So, but like I said, he set the standard for how Hollywood was going to move about testing and how to keep everything in line in the bubble. So it worked for us, and I cannot wait. Hopefully, as everything keeps progressing, we get a season 4, and hopefully Gary's still around, and we get to film without being in the bubble, which would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Well, you said one thing, and I heard nothing else after that when you said well fed. So,
man, listen, I love to eat. I ain't a great cook or nothing, but if somebody else is cooking, I'm eating. You know what I mean? So I wasn't like, how are we gonna eat? Like, what's going on? We're gonna have some. I enjoy a glass of wine afterwards. I'm like, how are we gonna figure this out? This is very important to me. Forget the scripts and all that. I'll be able to handle all that. I need to know where my food and my drinks are coming from. So
I hear that,
that's
bro.
all. It was good. We were good.
Well, what is something with working with Tyler that you took away from him, and that you even take into your own work by watching him be the masterpiece that he's become and created for others?
There's 2 things actually. One, you just watch how someone is able to multitask or work hard and multitask. Like, obviously he wears many hats on the show because he does write, direct, and produce everything. But like, he works very hard. I mean, it's like sometimes I wonder, like, dude, when did you get to sleep? Because I was off today. So, and you were up in the morning, and then you're beating me to the gym. But I know, guys, we wrapped around like this time. So, where are you getting your sleep? But he's just always on the go. And then just another word just that I took from when I went to his premieres, that you belong. I think when you're entering this industry and you're trying to make your way, and you're a young Black man trying to work your way up, you're just like, man, you're trying to gather as many roles that you can because there ain't a whole bunch of them for us. Though things are progressing, but there's not still got a ways to go. But it's just like, I'm here, and where I'm at right now with my talent, my abilities, and my mindset, it's okay. I belong, and there's always room to grow, and I can keep progressing. So I take that with me whenever I step on another a set or when I'm auditioning for other projects, even some that I'm like, oh my God, this would be huge. Oh my God, you kidding me? And I'm like, nah, I belong. I could be in this, big production. So.
Yeah. Well, speaking of big productions, I mean, the Top Gun Maverick that we've all been waiting for quite some time.
You.
Okay.
You. Like I said, I can't talk a lot about it, but I've just been like, yo, when is this coming out? Did you see make it? Like what's up? Like what's going on?
When is it coming? Okay, so we got the rumor that it's finally coming later this year in November.
Yeah, November. Yeah.
Yeah. So I know you can't talk much about it, but can you just give us a little what was the experience like for you? Were you familiar with Top Gun to begin with, and then when you got it, how did you feel? How did you get involved anyway?
Oh my God. It was a great experience just from the audition process and then not hearing back. These big productions, you audition at some point early in the year and you just don't hear back from them. You're like, oh, okay, well, I guess I didn't get it. Oh. And then, I remember I was in Atlanta, I think it was for a fitting for Sistas, and I got the call and they were like, oh, you booked Top Gun. And I was like, no, I didn't. Top Gun was a long time ago. There's no way. And they're like, you got it. And I was like, oh, shoot, going crazy in the airport. And then I remember just coming back to LA. And just the whole process of walking and seeing a big budget production and all the moving parts and everyone running around and you see Tom Cruise and you're just like, that's that guy right there, But it was just incredible because you dream as an actor to be on that big screen, whether it's one word or the lead, you just want to get there because you can keep going. And I just remember, watching everything move around and just taking everything in and saying, okay, it goes back to what I learned from Tyler. It's like, yo, I belong. This is cool, but I want more. And I really, really can see myself on this big screen. And it was very, very exciting to be a part of it. And I was familiar with the movie before, but now I just can't wait for it to come out so I can actually see it and go from there.
Yeah, there's so much anticipation around it. I mean, I think we got a sneak peek of the trailer 2 years ago. It feels like now.
Yeah.
It was like Tom riding on his bike. Just disappears, and we were like, "Oh, Maverick is coming out."
Yeah.
And it was like, all
right,
push back,
and I was just like, "Oh man, did you see him make it? I don't know. I'm at the mercy of waiting for you guys. So, I can't wait but I feel good about it. I mean, it was just, like I said, it was exciting overall. And I just know there's more. Regardless, I know there's more to come. Definitely more to come.
Well, like you said before, I know you can't talk about too much with the movie, but at least can you tell us your character name or what the character might be doing? Any little tidbit you can share?
I don't know if I can say that. I'm trying to think. No.
He's like, no.
No. Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, I'm not even. No. Yeah. I'll ask after this. Sorry, y'all, but I gotta find that.
No, that's all right.
I haven't said anything else, but I was like, I don't want to get no phone call. I'm like, oh my God.
Right. Yeah, we don't mess it up.
Did you get to do any fun stunts or learn any new?
No stunts. I didn't get to do any stunts. I will say No, I didn't get to do any stunts. Man, I can't even freaking do it. Yeah.
We don't want to get you in trouble.
We won't get you in trouble.
Yeah.
What else are you working on? What else can you share with us? Any other projects coming up that you?
Well, I recently had a guest spot on The Resident, when I hit medical drama on Fox. So that was a lot of fun. Did that. And this right now, just you got to break until hopefully Sistas comes back, and just auditioning for other projects and just kind of trying to steady working. So, but in the off season, I had a good off season. I remember I did Hawaii 5-0 and I did the Resident. So it's been good, keeping me busy.
Yeah. Well, now that things are opening back up, what are you excited about doing just in life in general?
Oh my gosh, I think I done traveled so much in the last I want to keep it going. I want to travel. I want to do some more traveling. It's just good to just kind of get back out. I think everybody's just been on the defensive and just everyone's just kind of on edge, and it's just good to just kind of get back to some form of normality and running around and being able to visit your friends and do things. But for me, I'm looking forward to just traveling a little bit, getting away. Yeah.
I think that's on a lot of people's bucket list now that
Yeah.
we're coming back to
I
normal.
took it for granted, man. I would just be like, oh, you know, I'll go here. I'll do it another time. And then when everything gets shut down, you're like, dude, like,
Yeah.
I gotta take advantage of my time. If it's 3 days, even if it's just something to around here, a staycation, whatever they call it. Like, I got to do something like that. But even the few times that I've gotten away these last few months, I felt like my mind clear. I felt my body at ease. Like, there's something to just being on vacation and not having to worry about anything and not even doing anything. Like, not doing something is actually doing something. So you're just laying on a beach bed for like 2 hours. You're like, I haven't done anything all day. That's good, you know? So just enjoying your time.
Well, this weekend, we're going to be celebrating Juneteenth. Do you have any Juneteenth plans going on?
Well, I'm waiting. I'm sure the text will be rolling in as soon as the Thursday, Friday. Yo, what you got going? What's going on? So, no immediate plans right now. But that's always going to be a good thing because that means stuff's going to be rolling in. So it's exciting. It's very exciting.
What do you think you would like take from this last year and like all the changes that we've been through, whether it's the civil unrest, the protests, the pandemic, all of that? Like, what have you kind of like taken with you into that you want to sort of move forward to within the future? Like maybe something you've learned or just something that affected you in the last like year that maybe shifted your thought process, whether it's based on career or personal life or anything.
With my career, with my career, I understood. I've always understood that, as quick as it can come, as quick as it can go, and I think just watching with the pandemic, I noticed that, like, I remember sitting there and we were set to film and then we got pushed back. And there was a little bit of uncertainty because I was sitting there, I was like, man, I know we're going to go back, but it's like when? And then you're watching other shows get really affected by it because some shows were getting canceled. Some shows were supposed to film and then they got pushed back too far and then eventually didn't go. Or, there's so many things that happen. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like, you truly got to enjoy the moment, but you also got to truly plan for your future. You can't just get caught up in your success right now. And, you're getting some notoriety and you're able to go buy some extra things you want to get. And it's just like, but that could all be taken away, not by just your own doing, but something out of your control, clearly, with the pandemic. So with career and just personal life, I've always moved to just keep being, obviously a good human being and being kind to people and, watching words. I think, words really, really affect people, you know what I mean? Good or bad. And I always just like to try to breathe life into people, but more so this past year, just understanding that a lot of people are going through so many things that they don't share and they don't talk about. And so if you just understand that, like, your words carry a lot of power and you have opportunities to breathe life to people, whether it's a simple hello or how are you doing, or just, getting a chance to reach out to people, just let them know that you're there for them. Just even with my friends, it's not that we have to talk every day, but I just reach out and say, hey, I'm here, or I hope all is well. You ain't got to call me back right away, but just know it's there. And then whenever they get back to me, it's fine. But just continue to be kind, man. It's life's not hard. I mean, life's not easy. Excuse me. It's hard. We're all trying to navigate it the best we can, and
it's true.
All different ages, not trying to navigate it, but like you just try to keep a good head on your shoulders and be cool with people.
Yeah, that's dope, man. Well, congratulations on all of the success. Very well deserved. Looking forward to seeing a lot more of your work and what you do in Maverick, since you couldn't tell us anything.
Yeah, I'm ready to see it. There'll be a lot.
Where can anybody who wants to find out any information on you find you on social media?
Both of my handles on Twitter and Instagram are I'm Chido, so at YEA _ letter IMCHIDO. So I'm Chido.
Dope. Courtney, where can people find you?
I'm all over Twitter and Instagram at Stuart Starlet, and make sure you follow us on Instagram at @we_are_the_trend.
And you can find me at Dario Christian all over social media. And you'll find me watching Sistas season 3.
Yeah,
well.
Season 3. It's gonna be interesting. I'm telling you all now. It's gonna be interesting. It's a blessing, man. This show's it's been a lot of fun. The support we get, the fan interaction before I go, the fan interaction is insane. You know what I mean? Like, even from people running up on me in public or the store, like, oh, I can't stand you. Like, man, what? like, oh, your character. I'm like, oh, they're talking about acting. Okay, I'm over here like trying to make sure everything's cool because Gary's hot.
You
it ain't
definitely
easy being Gary right
mad. You making us all mad.
Oh my goodness! But yeah, it's a blessing, and it's not something that I take for granted. And I understand how fortunate I am, and I know I have in my career an opportunity to continue to move forward, and that's all you really want when you come down here in LA. It's just to get the opportunity to showcase what you can do, and I realize right now that I'm getting it, and it's exciting.
Well, we look forward to seeing more of your work, and you got to come back when that movie premiere comes out, so then you can tell us a lot more about it.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Chido. Well, it was a pleasure having you, man.
Pleasure.
Likewise. Thank you.
We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.